Alright guys, out here on the line checking traps. Just kind of want to share something with you that we noticed today. We're on this is an old it's an old timber job basically. And of course this is one of the main haul roads that they were using. And there are no coyote tracks in this road. But there's a little cut through right there. It drops down to a big field that they had for a log landing. We've got it set heavy, and of course caught multiple dogs on it. There's all kinds of tracks. But then again, there's no tracks on this road. So we started looking, and up on this little bench above the road, there's coyote and cat tracks all in it. And there's another road that comes up here that meets this one. And of course it's ate up with tracks. So we've got a cable set over there on one of those water breaks. I just wanted to show you something in terms of what we figured out was going on. They're coming up on this bench and running this bench because there's mouse holes. Now, there's mouse holes all along this bench. So what they're doing is they're coming up out of these bottoms, out of these fields, and they're running along the edge of this looking for mice. And apparently they're crossing somewhere, but I'm missing them. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a set right dead in front of them, right there where they're coming up looking for these mice. And then when we bait it up, we're going to use basically a mice bait and a mice-based food lure. Give us a second to get set up, and I'll show you what we're going to do. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We'll punch this set in. Again, just to reiterate, once we started looking, those coyotes were heavily using this because of these mouse holes we're seeing. So we're going to put a set right in front of their faces so we can take them home with us. We usually don't get this kind of dirt, so we usually don't get to put big dirt holes in, but I like to go ahead and make my dirt hole first, that way I know what I got to work with. I don't believe I'm going to be able to walk by that without seeing it. And I like to, on these sets, I like to get my trap. A lot of people want it way back. I want that trap up close guarding that hole. Still not super soft. I always punch a hole in the bottom for water. You don't have to. It's personal preference. Running drags again. There's not supposed to be people in here, but everybody don't always follow the rules. Again, every single video, we reiterate the fact that that thing needs to be solid. I mean, that thing is already rock solid. I know people probably get tired of hearing it, but if your traps are getting dug up, it's either you're not bedded solid or it's contaminated. One of the two things. Of course, I'll just cover that chain a little bit here. That's all I'm doing to it. Trap is super solid. So again, I'm a trapper's Captain Peat Moss guy. I like to put my moss down inside the jaws first. That's it. The only thing I got showing now is that pan. One thing I like to do before I cover everything up, I like to leave that pan showing. That way I know where my stuff is and what I'm dealing with. One thing I want to reiterate, I see it happening all the time, and for some reason guys don't want to hear it. You don't want to make a set, and you got this big open area as big as a paper plate or sometimes bigger, and then just take a sifter and sift it in and okay, I'm done. We get messages all the time about, well, I had a coyote at my set, I had a cat at my set, but it wouldn't step on the pan. But your responsibility as a trapper is to put that paw on that pan. I could sift this in right now and hope whenever that critter shows up to work this set or to check this set out that he's going to step on that. But there are also things I can do to make sure that he does step on it. And it's simple things, and people don't want to, some people don't want to listen. But it's simple as this. I know my pan's right there. And I'm sifting. My pan's right there. Right there. It's as simple as this, and I know people think it's smoke and mirrors. These are dirt clumps. That's all they are. They're not rocks, they're dirt clumps. You don't want to use rocks because they'll keep your jaws from closing. These things will smash when those jaws close. I know my pan is right there. I'm telling you, all it takes is simple stuff like these dirt clumps. And of course I hear guys say, oh, there's no way. Well, there is a way. Another one here. And then I always take a small stick, anything. Don't just leave it setting up on the ground. I like to push it in there like it's living there. Now when that coyote comes in here, I've basically got my pan surrounded by dirt clumps. Stuff that I know he's not going to want to put his paw, that D-pad or that paw dead down on top of this. He's going to step dead right in the middle of that, and I'm going to have his hind end. We got some folks want to play like this landmine game where they just put this trap in and they got this big wide area and hoping that the coyote steps on it, and then they send pictures and the pan's here and there's tracks everywhere. Now, is this fail proof? No. I'm not going to say 100% of the time that dog comes in here he's going to step on that, but I'm telling you, you're going to increase your odds if you use something small. Now, don't come in here sticking no big boulder in here and a big log, and you just want stuff subtle that's going to guide that dog's foot right on top of that pan. Then I'll take, you know, what I got left and just toss it around the... And that's pretty simple. That's it. So then, another thing. I found this over there on the other side of the road. If you'll notice, all the way up through here, there's nothing this green. So not only am I going to give him a dirt hole to look at with stuff, the smell good stuff in it, I'm going to incorporate this in the set. Just simply to give him something to look at. I've said it 1,000 times, and other guys, much better trappers than me, say it. If it catches your eye, then it's probably going to catch the eye of the critter. If that dog comes up through here, and the only thing here is this big green thing, there's a good chance he's going to want to pee on it, he's going to want to sniff it, he's going to want to smell it. And when he gets here and there's a hole full of goodies, I'm going to have his hind end. You always want to increase your odds by using simple things like this. It's very simple. And then what I'll do, I'm going to put some lure in that hole. Alright, so if you remember, these are mouse holes everywhere. They're used to coming up here looking for mice. So I'm going to put some Mohawk Valley Simply Mice in this hole. Mild bait. I like to smear it in there. I want to make him work for it. I'm going to put some Dirty Rat by Southern Snares in that hole I drilled or poked in there. And then I'm going to put a little Curiosity, Canine Curiosity by Trap Shed. Right there inside this backing. And I top everything off, everything I do off with urine. Some guys don't want to use it. I use it on every single set. I don't have any problems with deer. That's all there is to it. It's extremely simple. Try to get out of the way so you can see. There's no doubt in my mind when them critters come back by here and they come up on this bench wanting to nose around these mouse holes, I'm extremely confident this set's going to catch a coyote or it's going to catch a cat, because there's no way they're not going to be able to stick their nose in that hole. Anyway, we'll get repositioned. We'll come around this other side and show you what this looks like from the front. But I feel like if you use this set on your line, it'll help you. We'll be right back. Alright, so this is that finished set, and this is what it looks like from the front. If you'll notice, on this berm, I took my hammer and I basically cleared out a path and almost made a path directly to that set. If he happens to come down the main road and he don't have his head over there, I wanted to pull a bunch of this dirt down off of this berm to make him look at that and walk him right to the set. But anyway, it's quick and it's simple. It's got an eye peel. It's got in that hole what I know they're looking for. He's guided to the pan. And again, there's no doubt in my mind we're going to show up here in the next couple days and we're going to have a coyote or cat in this set. If you need us, holler at us. We'll catch you somewhere else down the line.